All right, I like to pick numbers around the origin. This one's gonna be a little bit different. So far we've talked about linear, we see that shape, quadratic, we see that shape, we see that structure too, it's squared. And now we have one that's to the third power, and this one's cubed. So we're gonna call it what it is. This one is cubic. So let's go. Where's that blue marker pen? There we go. X and then y, which is equal to x to the third power, which is not times 3, it is multiply 3 of them together, okay? So again, let's pick numbers around the origin. -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. We'll start at the bottom this time. So this would be 2 cubed. 2 times 2 times 2, that's 8. Okay, fair enough. 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. That's easy. 0 times 0 times 0 is pointless. That's 0. -1 cubed is -1. Okay, so -1 times -1 is 1 times -1 again is going to give you a -1. You have an odd power. -2 cubed is going to give me -8. All right, let's plot some points. You're going to see what this general shape looks like. And based on the points that you see, you're not really going to get the full shape of this graph, but I'm going to fill in some gaps here. -2, -8 is down here. -1, -1 is here. 0, 0, 1, 1. 2, 8, up 3, 27. See how fast this one gets kind of big? So you might be tempted to go, and it's not, it's more, woo, it's much smoother than that. So here goes. Let's smooth this thing out. Whoa, that's supposed to be a little more curvy than that. I made it almost too straight there. It needs to be curved just right. I'm not getting the contour of it exactly the way I need to. But that's it. That's what it looks like, generally, if you draw it by hand, and your hands are clumsy. So there we go. Not terribly clumsy. All right, so this one has symmetry around the origin. We'd call it origin symmetry. So I could take what is in the first quadrant and rotate it, in this case, 180 degrees, and it would put me in the exact same spot down here. So that goes, odd functions do that. Even functions are rotated or reflected across the y-axis. That's not in this lesson, it's just good to talk about. Okay, let's do the next one, and I'd love to do the next one, but I also want to just really talk about this general structure of it. But let's go back to this one first. Okay, notice this quadratic, sat at the origin, perfectly happy. Notice this cubic, sat at the origin, perfectly happy. He's good, I'm happy, you're happy, we're all happy. But this one was shifted -5. I know I'm pointing at a positive, but it was shifted -5. That would be a left and right issue. This one's going to be shifted +1. So instead of making a table of values, and you totally could, but instead of making a table of values, why don't we take what we've already done and just slide this thing 1, but not -1, even though I'm looking at a -1. I'm going to shift it 1 to the right. So what was the origin is now at 1, 0. And what was at 1, 1 is now at 2, 1. And what was at 2, 8 is now at 3, 8. Okay? And what was at -1, -1 is now at 0, -1. Everything is shifted to the right 1 unit. So -1, -8. There we go. Let's connect these, make them nice and pretty. I'm going to get the shape of this one much better. Free-handed first try. Oh no, I missed that point right there. Oh. Okay, there we go. Roughly okay. And those are cubic.